Hello again. I'm coming to you today from the office of the Lieutenant Governor. I'm very proud of the work that the Mississippi Senate has done. One of the things that we've looked at in the last 2 weeks is how to cut your taxes. We believe it is the best way to incentivize businesses and families during these tough economic times. One of the things that we did was increase the homestead exemption on seniors and totally disabled from the current $75,000 now to $100,000. This will help our retired people who are on fixed income overcome the challenges of a tax bill that they recently have received, which they have not had to pay for the last several years. I believe it's an artificial tax that we need to adjust, and we need to do so quickly. One of the other things that we've looked at is farm equipment. In our neighboring states, taxes on parts and implements and service is 0. Ours was 7%. We've lowered that to 1.5, which is consistent with Alabama. We think this will save money and help the small farmers, help the loggers, help the heavy equipment salesmen who are desperately in need of a stimulus package now. So it is our belief that the supply side economics that Ronald Reagan taught us so much about, that stimulated the economy in the 1980s, will work again in Mississippi. I hope you'll speak to the members of the House of Representatives and encourage their leadership to take these bills up. Let it be voted on the House floor. We trust that democracy that works between the House and the Senate and the assistance of the governor in these important measures. Now, voter ID. We passed a bill last week in the Mississippi Senate that says before you vote, you must have a photo ID. It's a simple, common sense concept that says we want to know who you are before you come in and perhaps steal someone else's vote. I don't think that's too much to ask. I'm asked that when I cash a check or when I rent a movie. Child Protection Act, you're going to see us work on that next week. We have a simple philosophy in the Mississippi Senate. We don't think adult men ought to rape children. Now, we're going to pass a bill that says if you take that child to an abortionist, the abortionist has to report that to the authority. They have to capture some DNA so we'll be able to identify that perpetrator. Charter schools. I hope you realize that charter schools offers competition within our public school system. These are not private schools. These are public schools that will offer children an opportunity like they've never had before. Now, it won't work everywhere, and it's not needed everywhere, but in those areas where school districts are failing, we ought to offer those children some other opportunities. I hope you see the Mississippi Senate has been working hard, and you'll hear more about what we've done in the future. For example, car tax. There's a real possibility of Mississippi car tax going up. We're down $33 million in that fund that helps keep your car tax low. We're going to do something about that. I'm going to try in every way I can to make sure we fill that $33 million fund to make sure your car tags aren't going up in these worst of times. So I think you see, we're fighting for the people of the state of Mississippi during this recession. We're trying to make sure we have accountability in government. We're saying that you can't abuse and rape children in the state of Mississippi. I hope you'll agree with us. Till next time, I appreciate you tuning in. I hope you've learned something from the Lieutenant Governor's office. And hopefully what we have learned, it is the people that we represent here and not government. Thank you. God bless you. We'll see you next time.